All right, Tom Sox fans, let's play ball.
A very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Willie T. Barnett Field here at Charlottesville High School as it's doubleheader day again, North-South interdivision play, and the Tom Sox are at home to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. The Tom Sox 18-13 in third place in the South Division in the thick of a race featuring the Harrisonburg Turks and the Waynesboro Generals. Luke Ned Carney, Joe Callahan Jr. here with you. And Joe, those Harrisonburg Turks made a statement last night on their home field.
Yeah, of course. And the Tom Sox really just didn't look like themselves the entire time. I mean, they had early routes where they had multiple runners in scoring position and just couldn't capitalize. A team that's very consistent from the field defensively had 2 errors, and it was just walk-in runs, just not what you like to see and not really what you've seen from the Tom Sox recently. And it's just, trying to get back from that today.
It was a 10-0 loss to the Turks last night via the run rule, an 8-inning victory for Harrisonburg. And the Tom Sox will send to the mound Emmett Bice, the right-hander, out of the College of Charleston, Westchester, Pennsylvania native. And he will have a defense with him that looks like this. Christian Martin is at second base, Kyle Edwards at short, Gavin Abrams at third, and Cole Wagner is at first base for the Tom Sox. Left to right around the outfield, Matthew Prevesk, Trey Younger, and Logan Amos, while Satchel Norman does the catching. Carter Cunningham in the lineup as the designated hitter for the Tom Sox, with Emmett Bice on the hill. And the batting order for the Woodstock River Bandits for this 7-inning game one, 2 7-inning games today to be exact. And they'll start with R.J. Stinson, the left fielder, followed by the designated hitter Hunter Smith and Renzo Gonzalez, the first baseman. 4, 5, and 6, Jack Spike, the third baseman, Max Galvin, the center fielder, Justin Walks, the catcher. 7, 8, and 9, Tomas Sanchez in right field, Jose Hernandez at short, and Frankie Ritter at second base for Woodstock, who comes in 19-14, and they're in a division race of their own, so this is going to be 2 highly competitive games today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always, likely to see that the Tom Sox play another team in the North. They're 6-2 this season against North teams, but obviously trying to bounce back from that, mercy rule loss. I don't know if they're going to come out with the same energy that they did in their 7-game win streak, but it's the first time that the Charlottesville Tom Sox are playing the Woodstock River Bandits, so let's see what they got for us.
Yeah, if you're wondering why we're doing this on a Saturday, tomorrow is the All-Star game. The Tom Sox will have 7 players representing them in Front Royal tomorrow with a full day of festivities, skills competition, 40-yard dash, home run derby, batting practice, and of course the game comes just before 7 o'clock. So normally it would be a Sunday doubleheader like they do in the Valley League, but we're doing it on Saturday here at Willie T. Barnett Field because of the festivities tomorrow. So we look forward to that, but a little bit of business to settle before the All-Star break, and really just about a week left in the regular season as the Tom Sox zero in on a playoff position.
It's crazy how quick this season has ran. You have a lot of, back-to-back days where you're playing maybe 5-6 days in a row, and then you look at how close this race is. It's just so competitive up at the top of both the North and the South.
Emmett Bice on the season, he's 2-0, has an ERA of 2.75 in 6 appearances. He started 3 games, 19.2 innings pitched, given up 16 hits, 9 runs, 6 of them earned, with 16 strikeouts and 8 walks, an opponent batting average of 211, as R.J. Stinson will lead things off, the left fielder for Woodstock. He's out of William Carey, native of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And we are ready to go right at 4 o'clock here in game 1 of this doubleheader here in the Valley League. First pitch misses upstairs as Mike Mackey calls the balls and strikes for this first game. At first base, Casey Hayden. And our third base umpire today, James Folds. These guys will rotate in between games. And wearing the light blue today are the umpires, as that pitch over the outer half for a strike. In this humidity, the Tom Sox in the navy blue sleeveless with the lime green sleeves and numerals. Another curveball from Bice misses inside to Stinson, who's batting .291 this year in 29 games. He's started 27 of them. He's the only player in this lineup with more than 100 at-bats. The 2-1 from Bice is hit high in the air, foul ground. Looking up Abrams and running out of room, it's 2-2.
It'd have almost 100 at-bats, but still be up there with a batting average of almost 300 is remarkable. As for the Tom Sox, having the pitcher of Bice be the man to respond is a great thing for them.
The 2-2. Hit on the ground is short. First chance for Kyle Edwards. Palms up, guns it over to Cole Wagner at first, one away, and it's a 6-3 ground out to open things up here in the top of the first.
Great way to start. We saw a lot of, throws over to first that were kind of errant over the head or to the right of first base yesterday, and it's really nice to see that they're getting a hand of it, especially in the beginning of the game today.
That'll bring up Hunter Smith, the designated hitter. Righty-on-righty matchup with Emmett Bice. Smith's out of Wharton County Junior College, native of Spring, Texas, and he takes a curveball over the inner half for a strike.
Intense curveball, curved right at the body. Just shake it in there.
Bice from the windup. The 0-1. That one in there again for a strike. 0-2 now quickly with one away. Here in the top of the first. River Bandits in the forest green uniforms with white numerals, orange trim, and gray pants. Green caps and orange bills, similar to the University of Miami, as that one is on the ground short again. Edwards ranging over to his right, backhands, picks it up, and the throw is in time by half a step. So Kyle Edwards, who's not actually one of the All-Stars named to the team, but he is an alternate, showing off his skills there.
Stays consistent from both defensive strings wherever he's put. Normally he's at shortstop, and majority is at shortstop, and again, a really great play and throw to see from last game.
Renzo Gonzalez, the first baseman, digs in. First left-handed batter of the Woodstock lineup. First pitch called a strike. He's at first base. And Tom Sox manager Ramon Garza played for the River Bandits in the 2018 season. The 0-1 misses up and away. 1-1.
You can imagine he liked his time in 2019 with the Tom Sox a little bit better.
Hey, former player for the River Bandits, Mike Bocock, who will be managing the North Division in tomorrow's All-Star game. The South Division will be managed by Waynesboro's Zach Cole, as that pitch misses just upstairs, 2-1. Yeah, Joe just alluded to it, the 2019 team here in Charlottesville winning the title, as they did in 2017. 2-1 the count. Bice delivers, breaking ball right in there for a strike, 2-2.
His off-speed pitches and the decision-making from the mound has been so crisp in this first inning.
He had a good appearance in Winchester a couple weeks ago. Base is empty, 2-2, 2 away. That one misses inside, count runs full.
In that first game of the Winchester doubleheader, he pitched 6 scoreless innings, and the only score that they had was when they took Bice out in that 7th.
Also the site of the famous no spikes sign at the press box. We'll get into that a little bit later as the 3-2 misses inside, and Woodstock has its first base runner by way of a walk. And there's a runner on first with 1 out, or 2 outs, excuse me.
Even with that walk, he looks so composed from the mound, and it's great to see the bounce back from everywhere defensively. And it's kind of a microcosm of putting, if not the best pitcher that you have starting for you in this response game.
Satchel Norman, the catcher, out for a quick chat. That's the 9th walk of the year for Emmett Bice.
And you'll take that with 19.2 innings pitched.
Now watch Gonzalez on the base paths. He's got 10 stolen base and 13 at-bats. So we'll see if with 2 outs the River Bandits decide to put a runner in motion here as Norman back to his spot behind the plate. So runner on first, 2 away here in the early going. Bice now from the stretch. Fires one in, and it catches the outer half for a strike.
Had Satchel in right field yesterday, and maybe you sort of put him right back out there after learning your lesson from kind of a mental point.
Jack Spike out of Winthrop, native of Lawrenceville, Georgia, same place as the similarly named Garrett Spikes of the Tom Sox. Spike takes the ball inside, 1-1. 1-1 comes in. It's lined into the air in right field, and it's going to get down in front of Logan Amos for a base hit. So 2-2-out base runners now for Woodstock, with Max Galvin coming to the plate, the center fielder. And we'll see if that 2-out base on balls comes back to haunt the Tom Sox here in the first inning.
Yeah, good contact by Spike. Maybe we'll see Garrett Spikes in the second game and sort of having to match that productivity if Spike is able to, keep up with it throughout the game. But nice contact and getting a man in scoring position early.
Here's Max Galvin batting from the left side out of Bradenton Beach, Florida. Plays at Miami-Dade Community College in Kendall. First pitch from Bice, right over for a strike. And yeah, Woodstock being in the North Division, they've probably seen that no spikes sign in Winchester quite a few times this year.
Luckily, it's not spelled how Spike calls it, and it is how Garrett Spikes called it, so I wonder what Spike's stats are like against Winchester there.
The 0-1 coming in from Bice, 2 men on, 2 out. This one is slowly rolled toward first, and it curls into foul territory, and a half-hearted jab made at it by the Woodstock first base coach, but it rolls by him.
Mentioned Galvin goes to school in Miami. He's wearing colors of the College of Miami, and his bat is sort of like the colors of the Miami Dolphins, so maybe that sort of had a inspiration.
Or even the old school Marlins colors back when they were the Florida Marlins, too. The teal and black as Bice steams this one, and it's in the air, and it's going to hang up just enough for Logan Amos to come in and make a running catch as the Tom Sox get out of the inning with no harm done. 0-0, our score. We go to the bottom of the first with Charlottesville coming to bat. This is Tom Sox baseball.
After one half inning of play, the score.
Back to Willie T. Barnett Field. 0-0 our score in the bottom of the first as the Tom Sox come for their first at-bats of the afternoon with a lineup that looks like this. Christian Martin leads off. He's at second base. Catcher Satchel Norman is batting second. Cole Wagner, the first baseman, in the 3-hole with Carter Cunningham, the DH, batting cleanup. Trey Younger, the center fielder, bats fifth. Matthew Prevesk, the left fielder, bats sixth. Logan Amos, the right fielder, bats seventh. Batting eighth is Gavin Abrams, the third baseman, and Kyle Edwards, who made a couple of plays in the field in the top of the first, rounds out the batting order for the Tom Sox against a Woodstock defense that goes Jack Spike at third, Jose Hernandez at short, Frankie Ritter at second, Renzo Gonzalez at first, left to right around the outfield, RJ Stinson, Max Galvin, and Tomas Sanchez, with Justin Walks catching. For Christian Gordon, a left-handed pitcher with a record of 2-1, 2.79 ERA, 6 starts, 7 appearances this year. He's given up 20 hits, 13 runs, 9 of them earned, 18 bases on balls, and 36 strikeouts, with opponents batting just 194 against him this year.
Yeah, and it looks like Woodstock did their homework and saw that the Tom Sox have a lot of lefty batters, so this lefty-on-lefty matchup hopefully isn't a problem for them, but it is a good decision by them.
Christian Martin leading things off and takes one right off the right hand Or did it hit the bat? No, it's off the hand, and Tom Sox, just like that, will have their first base runner of the game.
Yeah,
The hard way.
Yeah, Martin kind of sat with his wrist a little bit bent for a while. I wonder if he's doing that just as a little joke that the first pitch hits him, or if he's actually feeling that one.
Well, I think this happened to him in the July 4th game against Waynesboro. He got hit in his first
I do remember that.
And he did
remember
almost
that.
the same thing. It hit him in almost the same spot.
What
so
a
the
small
umpires
world.
are going to talk about it. I think Woodstock coaching staff asked for them to get together. I guess they're asking if any of the base umpires saw or heard the ball hit the bat rather than the hand.
And obviously you can't really ask Martin because you know his answer is going to be before you ask him.
And Christian Martin did come back, it's worth noting, to hit a home run later in that game on July 4th as the Tom Sox crushed the Waynesboro Generals. And, yeah, they will award him first base.
Good decision. It did look like it hit him in the wrist.
So with Satchel Norman to the plate, one of 4 Tom Sox in the lineup today with 4 home runs, or excuse me, with 2 home runs. 18 RBIs, and he bats with a runner on first, nobody out. And Gordon misses upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, this top of the lineup for the Tom Sox is so familiar. You see Martin, Norman, Wagner, and Cunningham back-to-back frequently during this season.
Norman hits the second pitch in the air to center field. Park's going to hold it, and it'll be playable for Max Galvin, who reaches up and makes the grab, 1 away.
Solid contact, just not in the right position on the field in the vicinity of Galvin to get under that one.
Yeah, Galvin had him shaded a little bit to the left, so he had a bit of a head start on the ball, as it's another lefty-on-lefty matchup with Cole Wagner coming to the plate out of the University of Georgia. 350 hitter. He's played in 22 games and started every one of them. As he hits this one foul down the right side past his first base coach. Georgia, members of the Southeastern Conference, played in the Chapel Hill Regional in the NCAA tournament. Went 1-2, losing to VCU and UNC, beating Hofstra. 0-1 to Wagner, who takes a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, Wagner fell a little bit in the RBI race of the South. He has 19. Joe De Los Santos has 27 leading it off, but still such a consistent batter all season.
He's got a runner on first, Christian Martin, 1 away, 0-2 the count. Another Christian Gordon on the hill for Woodstock, and he induces a swing and a miss. Strike 3, Cole Wagner down on 3 pitches and now 2 away.
I'm chasing such a great pitch on the outside low corner that just hung over the middle, and Cole thought that he had the reach for it, but ultimately didn't. What a pitch.
That'll bring up the Tom Sox leading hitter in terms of average, Carter Cunningham. Batting .452, and granted about half the games, as most of his teammates came here a little bit late because of East Carolina's participation in the Super Regionals. He takes a ball in the dirt.
And you talk about leaders in the South. Cole Wagner still leads batting average, but that's just because Carter Cunningham isn't eligible yet.
He's got a 1-0 count in a lefty-on-lefty matchup against Gordon, and he hits the second pitch out of play, foul back behind us, 1-1.
Still with that orange bat. We keep alluding to Satchel with the red one, now the white. Carter with the orange.
Yeah, Satchel Norman hit a home run in his first at-bat with the black and white bat as that pitch misses outside back on July 2nd against the Covington Lumberjacks.
Aaron seems to be attacking the outside a lot.
Gordon fires in a fastball. This one is hit well. Center field, back to the track, but that's where it'll die as Max Galvin makes another catch, and that'll retire the side for the Tom Sox. No hits, no runs, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It's 0-0 going to the second. This is Tom Sox baseball. the second we go here in game number 1. Luke Ned Carney, Joe Callahan Jr. bringing you this one on Tom Sox TV. As the Tom Sox face the middle of the River Bandits order. And we just had our mascot race where Louie, the costume prairie dog, runs the bases against a kid. And our home plate umpire got involved in this one. And he thought it was a little close, so he got in Louie's way.
Yeah, we did a little bit earlier in the game, and the last time they did that at home, you had the big lead in that first doubleheader, and Garrett Spikes came out and tackled Louie, but not that point in the game yet.
I think Garrett Spikes needs to save himself because he'll probably be playing in game number 2 as he's not in the lineup in game number 1. As the first pitch strike thrown by Emmett Bice.
Maybe the ump was thinking of tackling Louie.
Leading off for the River Bandits is catcher Justin Walks, who is quickly now behind in the count. As he goes golfing at that one and misses. It gets away from Norman, but nobody on base. It's 0-2.
What a curve. It curved very late and low. Tricked him.
Emmett Bice, long look in, and now batter calls time. Justin Walks from Pembroke Pines, Florida, just outside Fort Lauderdale. Puts a bat on this one, and it's in the air, foul territory, out of bounds.
Sporting kind of a flame-colored bat. It goes from black, yellow, and then orange, red, and then black like it's a flame. A cool bat.
Yeah, he plays at Nova Southeastern in Davie, Florida, which recently rebranded as the Sharks. They used to be the Knights. As he stays alive there, fouls that one off of the chest protector of Satchel Norman.
Two very good mascots to have. Knights or Sharks. You could get behind those two.
0-2 the count now. Bice, the College of Charleston Cougar, fires that one upstairs, 1-2.
I still get told the story as I go to Penn State that they had to change it to the Nittany Lions because nobody really thought a beaver was that intimidating.
Well, tell that to Oregon State fans. The 1-2 from Bice is a slow roller to second. Going to be a tough play for Martin as the throw gets away from the first baseman Wagner into dead ball territory, and they are going to award second base to Justin Walks.
Yeah, again, had a lot of that last game.
Pardon me, he's going to go to third.
From Texas Wesleyan, number 18, Tomas Sanchez.
Oh, sorry about that. He's going to second. He's just delivering his batting gloves to his third base coach. So give him a single on the grounder and then an error charged to the second baseman Christian Martin. Wonder if anything that had to do with anything with his hand from his at-bat, but he was hit on the glove hand. Runner on second, nobody out for Woodstock here. They look to strike first. As Tomas Sanchez, the right fielder, digs in. Righty-on-righty matchup, and he puts a charge into this one down the left field line, but it hooks foul.
Yeah, if we talk about that throw by Martin, we saw sort of the same situation with Martin Gare last game where it was sort of strict behind him and Kyle Edwards tried to throw it over the first and it wasn't on target. Again, we had a lot of that last game, and hopefully it doesn't turn out the same.
Sanchez squares around to bunt, and it's in the strike zone for strike 2. He plays for Texas Wesleyan University, whose mascot is the Rams, but he's a native of DeWitt, Virginia, which, if you're unfamiliar with that, is somewhere in that expanse of I-85 in Southside Virginia between Petersburg and Durham. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good bounce back there by Emmett Bice following the Tom Sox error, and there's one away.
Great pitch. Sanchez kind of put his bat down of the bunt strike, but he was holding his bat out, so I don't really know what he was frustrated about, and then such a great pitch from Bice to put him away.
Here's Jose Hernandez, who's at short for the River Bandits here in Game 1. He's from Miami, plays at Miami-Dade Community College, and he is unable to check his swing on that first one. 0-1.
I was just about to ask, he's got another Miami Dolphins turquoise bat, so it's fitting that he's from Miami.
Yeah, and Woodstock in those dark green and orange uniforms, kind of resembling the Hurricanes. I wish I had a Mark Light milkshake right now. So that one is in the dirt for ball one. Did you see during the regional they had the buffalo wing flavored milkshakes?
I've seen so many different flavored things. It's crazy. Kind of brought me to the pizza Pringles. It sounds horrible until you try them and they're good. And it's like, oh, tried hamburger Lay's chips. Let's go.
Runner on first, or excuse me, runner on second, 1 out. 1-1 the count. Emmett Bice looks back, delivers, and that one misses down and away. 2-1.
He's attacking down and away a lot against him. Maybe, again, seeing something into that.
River Bandits with 2 hits, 2 singles, and they've also had a walk. Tom Sox have committed 1 error in the field. 2-1 the count now. Bice looks back, and that one is upstairs. Got a base open here, so you don't have to come right after him, but 1 away here in the top of the second, scoreless ball game.
Bice still looking composed. Hopefully he stays that way.
He looks back to second. Now he delivers the 3-1. That one is over for a strike, and the count goes full.
What a pitch. From coming back from a high and in fastball, you get that late breaker that chips down into the strike zone late. He thought it was going up again.
Walks the runner on second, and the curveball misses just inside. And another base on balls issued by Tom Sox pitching. That's the second today.
Tried to get him with the curveball again. We saw 2 in a row earlier on in the first inning. That was just nasty. Cut towards the body of the batter, then cut in to hit the strike zone, but that one not able to.
Here's Frankie Ritter, the 9-hole hitter. I'm a poet, and I don't even know it. Plays second base, and he's out of Shenandoah University, which is Valley League territory right there in Winchester. First pitch bunting, and it's up in the air. Norman didn't see it, and he's unable to make the play. Boy, if he had a read on that one, that would have been a free second out for the Tom Sox, but didn't even get his mask off there as that ball had some backspin, and would have been a tough play anyway, but
of course. He kind of looked toward to the right first as it was popped up to the left. If he would have looked left first, he might have dove and had it.
Yeah, I think Ritter was trying to bunt it up the first base side. You got Cole Wagner playing really deep back there. Time called now by Emmett Bice, and he wants to talk to Satchel Norman, his catcher.
Maybe wants to get a read on what pitch he's going to throw, as he's been so great with the breakers today.
Wait, Bice is a head taller, a full head taller than Norman out there.
Bice is a tall one. Yeah, Bice and Cunningham are probably the 2 tallest players. It's also a fastball from a taller pitcher is deadly compared to that of like a normal height.
1 strike the count, and now 2 strikes the count as that curveball is over. 0-2 the count. One out here in the top of the second. River Bandits threatening. Runners on first and second.
That curveball is so dirty. Again, it curves right back in.
R.J. Stinson, the leadoff man, on deck as another swing and a miss as he came with the fastball that time, and no chance there for the batter, Frankie Ritter, 2 away.
What command from the mound that Bice is having right now. Just composed after the 10-0 loss, and then now you get such these pitch breakers, fastballs, these decision-making, the placement has been so great for him so far.
R.J. Stinson, who grounded to short his first time at the plate, is up with 2 on and 2 out. He takes the ball outside.
Even in those balls, he still looks controlled.
This will be pitch number 40 for Emmett Bice, and he steams a fastball down just low, and it's 2-0.
Just missed. That might have been a little bit on the black.
Stinson out of William Carey University, a private Christian university in Hattiesburg and Biloxi, Mississippi. And he is unable to catch up to that one. It's 2-1 on a swing and a miss. Their mascot, the Crusaders, member of the NAIA. He's a native of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, where the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is located. Their mascot, the Golden Lions. 2-1 to Stinson. Bice just misses. Norman tries to buy that call there with a frame job. Umpire says no ball, and it's 3-1.
Just how creative these mascots get. You have Golden Lions, Nittany Lions, you have Hurricanes, and then you have Orange.
I saw last game I did here, there was a UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs shirt, one of the best in the business. That one fouled away. 3-2 now. Count runs full, and the runners will get a head start.
And the creativity we have in this game, Tom Sox and River Bandits. Not, mascots you sort of think of every day.
No, definitely not. Woodstock on the banks of the Shenandoah. As Stinson faces a 3-2 count. Scoreless here in the top of the second. Big pitch coming up. Emmett Bice, long look in now as Stinson comes back in. 2 on, 2 out, 3-2. Runners take off. Bice steams this one in, and it's hit in the air, right field. Logan Amos charting over and coming into foul territory and making a basket catch is the man from VCU. And the Tom Sox escape a threat again. Woodstock strands 2 runners, and we go to the bottom of the second, tied 0-0. Tom Sox coming to the plate. This is Tom Sox baseball. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Tom Sox. Rather, 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the second inning. Tom Sox have escaped a couple of mini jams here through the first 2 innings. A couple hits by Woodstock and error, a couple bases on balls, but no runs on the board for either team as Trey Younger, the center fielder, will lead things off. Out of Wofford facing Christian Gordon, the left-hander for Woodstock.
Yeah, even with those jams, Bice looked so controlled from the mound. Even when he was behind in counts, he got past it, ran him up full, and then got him out of there.
Trey Younger coming into this game batting .232, 69 ABs. He's got 5 doubles on the year, 1 home run. Waves the bat over his shoulder and takes the left-handed delivery upstairs.
We saw in the last home game and even in Harrisonburg the arm that he has from center.
Hits this one on the ground short. Tough play, backhanding, throwing over to first, and it's not going to be in time. As it was a good backhand play by Jose Hernandez, but the throw was offline. They're going to rule that a hit as Gonzalez did a good job to keep him from getting by him. And Tom Sox get a scratch single for the first base runner in their half of the second inning.
Yeah, and the other thing that we see is Trey Younger, when he's not in the lineup already, is a threat to be a pinch runner with the speed that he has, able to beat that out.
He might run. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year. Tom Sox don't run a whole heck of a lot. As Matthew Prevesk, the left fielder.
They tried to do that on the corners steal home gimmick against Harrisonburg, and it wasn't successful, but obviously they have confidence in him.
Prevesk takes a ball. Now he takes another ball down and away. 2-0 the count with a runner on first. Tom Sox fell big to Harrisonburg last night in 8 innings. Mercy rule win for the Turks. The 2-0, Prevesk swings at the off-speed pitch and misses 2-1.
Great pitch low again. Said it about Bice. I'd say it about Gordon, that late breaker that was chicked in low right in front of the batter.
Here's the 2-1, and that's a fastball right over the outer half and swung on and missed for a strike. Now 2-2. Count is even.
Especially another batter that showed up late, but it's been so consistent with a .333 batting average.
And Florida falling to Oklahoma in the regionals as Prevesk chops this one to second. They're going to only have one play, and that's to first. 4-3. Ritter to Gonzalez for the out. So that functions like a sacrifice bunt for the Tom Sox and moves Trey Younger into scoring position with one away.
And if the beat out didn't tell you how just fast Younger is, that did, because Ritter didn't even try to ship that over to second.
Yeah, ball was not hit hard, so it was going to have to be an either-or situation for the River Bandits. So they take the out. Younger advances to second, and now Logan Amos bats lefty-on-lefty matchup in the 7-hole. Amos in right field out of VCU. Takes a ball in the dirt, 1-0.
Speaking on lefty-lefty doesn't seem to be a factor that much, but still a matchup.
We'll look back to second. Now the 1-0. That one over for a strike at the letters. Count is even.
I mean, sometimes as a lefty batter going up against a lefty pitcher that has a little bit of a sidearm release, sometimes you don't even see it over your shoulder. That's why you put him out there.
The 1-1. That one misses outside. And it's 2-1 now. Tom Sox looking to strike first here. Gavin Abrams, the third baseman, is on deck. As Christian Gordon looks back. Now he kicks, fires, and that one over the outside corner, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And a big gap in right center for Logan Amos, the right fielder for the Tom Sox, who has a slugging percentage of .340. Batting .245 on the year in 16 games. The 2-2. Did he hold up? No, he did not. They put the tag on him as the ball was in the dirt. And an unproductive out for the Tom Sox as Logan Amos goes down swinging.
Another great late breaker. Thought it was going to chip into the low half of the strike zone, and Amos kind of saw it chip, wanted to stay back and hold his water, but unable.
Third base umpire James Folds with the call on the appeal, and there's 2 away. Mike Mackey behind the plate. Casey Hayden is at first base with a runner on second for the Tom Sox, bottom second, and Gavin Abrams at the plate. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup, and that one misses just outside. Kyle Edwards would be next. Younger, the runner on second. He had an infield single and then moved over to second on a fielder's choice. That pitch misses upstairs on a curveball, 2-0.
Gavin Abrams, a contact batter, very consistent early in the season, sort of tailed off towards the end, but still a consistent batter with men in scoring position as he has right now.
Gordon glances back to second. Now he delivers, and that one is low and outside 3-0. I wonder if they'll just throw Abrams a non-competitive pitch here and put him on with a runner on second and a base open. But then you're bringing up Kyle Edwards, one of the team's best hitters, with 2 on and 2 out.
Another consistent contact batter with runners in scoring position.
Here's the 3-0, and that one is over for a strike. So Abrams doing some stretches there in the batter's box. It looked like he was taken all the way. Now he might be getting ready to swing. Wearing the purple Clemson batting helmet with the orange brim and orange trimmed shoes as the 3-1 comes in, and that one misses high. So Woodstock pitching has issued their first walk of the game. Christian Martin was hit in the first inning, but first walk for Gordon, and now Kyle Edwards comes to the plate, 2 on, 2 out, and a chance to put the Tom Sox on the board.
Yeah, I love how the way Garza's put out this lineup. Heavy hitters to start with. In the middle is your speed guys, and then at the end, the consistent batters.
Student versus teacher today. Ramon Garza, a former River Bandit in the 2018 season, coaching against Mike Bocock, his old boss, who will be coaching the North team in the All-Star game tomorrow afternoon. That pitch misses downstairs to Kyle Edwards, 1-0. Edwards out of Old Dominion, school that's been very generous to the Tom Sox over the years. You, of course, remember Vinny Pasquantino from 2017, the first Tom Sox alum to be called up to the major leagues, a member of the Kansas City Royals. Christian Gordon, left-handed pitcher on Kyle Edwards, right-handed batter. Gordon fires a curveball, and that one is over for a strike, 1-1.
And a fooled Edwards. You talk about Piacentino having his first major league hit be a home run. You dream about that when you're a kid, and hopefully some players on this team here is going to live out that dream as well.
1-1 the count to Edwards, the 9-hole hitter, who hits this one back up the middle, but gobbled up nicely by the shortstop, Jose Hernandez, behind the bag. Takes the short route to Ritter at second, and Abrams is retired. So is the side, and the Tom Sox strand a couple of their own as they are unable to push any across in the bottom of the second. 0-0 our score, Woodstock and Charlottesville. To the third we go. This is Tom Sox Baseball. We're scoreless in the top of the third inning, game one between the River Bandits and the Tom Sox here at Willie T. Barnett Field. As Woodstock will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Hunter Smith, Renzo Gonzalez, and Jack Spike, as this was a part of the order that threatened in the top of the first. But Tom Sox hurler Emmett Bice has quashed both the threats he's faced today. As the Tom Sox in the thick of the South Division race, Woodstock likewise in the North. And the first pitch of the third inning is hit high to right center field. Who's it going to be, Amos or Younger? It's Logan Amos, who makes the final out of the second inning on a putout and makes the first out of the third inning on a putout in right field, one away.
Yeah, we talk about the bottom half of the last inning. I thought for sure that ground ball from Edwards was going to skip back into left center, but great play by Hernandez to keep it.
Here's Renzo Gonzalez, who drew a walk his first time at the plate. He's the first baseman, wearing 29. Was his 7th walk of the season. 1-0 count. 2-0 count now, that ball outside.
By staying out there for a third inning.
Couple of guys stirring out there in the bullpen for the Tom Sox. We'll see how Ramon Garza chooses to manage this with 2 games to play today, albeit shorter games with 7 innings. That pitch screamed foul back to the first base side. Two and one, Bice from the windup. Fires, swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice looking off speed pitch there.
Again, even from being behind in counts, Bites has been so immaculate in the first 3 innings.
Gonzalez came in hitting .305 today. Actually didn't change with his first at bat after he walked. Here's the 2-2, and this one is hit on a bloop over second base, and it's going to get into center field for another hit for the River Bandits. That's 3 on the afternoon, and Renzo Gonzalez has been aboard both times at the plate today, and that'll bring up cleanup man Jack Spike.
Good contact on that one, just in between Edwards and Younger, as Younger was back deep as center, and Edwards was shaded kind of just in the middle between second and third in a normal position and able to slip it in the middle.
Spike's got one of the other 2 hits for the River Bandits today. He had a single to right in the first inning, and he takes the ball low, 1-0.
Let's just say consistency from Bice.
The 1-0 off the fists, foul out of play to the right side.
That foul ball was sponsored by A&M Maintenance Group.
Crowd is filled in a little here on a Saturday afternoon. Free admission thanks to Carter Bank and Trust. Of course, normally Sunday is doubleheader day in the Valley League, but this week it's Saturday because tomorrow is the All-Star game. 7 Tom Sox will be representing the South Division for Zach Cole's team, the Waynesboro manager. The 1-1 from Bice is a curveball, and it is off the end of the bat, foul over the Tom Sox dugout.
This is fought ahead into this count now again. Still looks like he's in control.
1-2 the count. Renzo Gonzalez, the runner on first, following a single to center. Bice looks in from the stretch. Now he fires, and this one is on the ground, up the middle. Edwards diving, can't make the play, and that's going to be another base hit for Woodstock. Runner going to third and is going to get there safely as the throw is offline. So another single, first to third goes Gonzalez. And the Tom Sox, boy, game of inches, talk about it, that Edwards is at least able to knock that ball down. They probably get 1 out.
Edwards has been put to work a lot this game and had 2 throws to first in the first 2 innings, and then you have that ground ball that almost skips through when he was at bat, and then the little blooper over his head, and now what a great play to at least keep the ball in front of him, but still threatening early.
Here's center fielder Max Galvin. And he looks at a ball, 1-0. Runners on first and third. That ball just so close to being picked up off the ground by Edwards. This one is high in the air, left field. Is it going to stay fair? Yes, it is. And the catch made by Matt Prevesk. Runner tags, is going to score, and then running to second base and arriving safely is Spike. So Gonzalez scores on the sacrifice fly by Max Galvin. And advancing to second base is Spike. So second out of the inning recorded by the Tom Sox, but Woodstock up 1-0.
Good contact on that one. Just couldn't get it away from Prevesk, but when it came in, Gavin Abrams caught it in the middle between third and home, looked at home, knew he wasn't going to get it, tried for second, and the scary throw high, but good to keep that in his glove.
Justin Walks the batter now. He swings and misses at the first pitch inside, and it's 0-1. Walks reached base on a single his first time, and then advanced to second on a throwing error by Christian Martin. Spike the runner on second. 1-0 Woodstock as this one is rolled slowly to first. Cole Wagner in between hop. He'll take it himself, and the inning is over. But Woodstock plates a run on a sacrifice fly off the bat of center fielder Max Galvin, and he drives in run number 4 on the season, and Woodstock is up 1-0 here in the middle of the third. This is Tom Sox Baseball. Bottom of the third here at Willie T. Barnett Field. Do score. Woodstock 1, Charlottesville nothing, as Max Galvin drives in a run with a sacrifice fly to left. And the Tom Sox will have the top of the order coming up here in the bottom of the third of game number 1 here at Barnett Field. 7-inning affairs today. And Christian Gordon pitching with a lead for the first time this afternoon to the left-handed Martin out of Virginia Tech, and pitches over for a strike.
I want to see a response from the Tom Sox quickly after yesterday's game, as that might be.
That was a start there as Christian Martin hits that one back up where it came from and into center field for a base hit. Boy, Kyle Edwards would have liked to have that in the last inning, but now Satchel Norman will bat with a runner on first. The first real solid hit for the Tom Sox, the first one was a scratch single to short.
Yeah, great contact by Martin, trying to get base runners on for the RBI hitters. What people don't realize is we've been talking about Cole Wagner's RBIs. Satchel Norman is one behind him. You get something deep to outfield, you might get it.
Not going to be that one, as that one is popped up short center field. Long run coming in for Galvin, but he makes the grab, and Norman upset with himself there as he walks back to the dugout.
Number 20, Cole Wagner.
I'll bring up Cole Wagner.
Yeah, again, not bad contact, just didn't carry that much. Had Galvin back shaded to the right.
Wagner, a strikeout victim, his first time at the plate. Takes a strike. 0-1.
Slipped in low there.
Martin leads off first after a single. That one is downstairs 1-1.
Attacking a similar place, but that time not able to get on the black. Not a bad miss, though.
From the stretch, Gordon the lefty delivers. Wagner swings and comes over it. Strike 2.
You fooled him kind of swing a little bit up as that one kind of broke. Not a lot, but a little bit down as it got to the plate.
1 on, 1 out. Tom Sox down 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Gordon delivers, and that fastball misses outside. Hit a spot, but the spot was set up out of the strike zone.
Trying to get Wagner to reach on something, being behind in the count, now even.
Wagner's driven in 19 this season. Facing a 2-2 count. Gordon, long look to first. Now the delivery, and that fastball stays low. And it's full.
And insane to look like Wagner showed up to the Tom Sox a little bit late, but still in the RBI race and the batting average race, as he leads the batting average.
He'll be a prominent player for Scott Strickland and company next year in Athens, facing a 3-2 count. Here's Gordon's delivery, and that one is on the ground to second. 4, 6, 3 in time, and just like that, the inning is over as Wagner slams his helmet to the ground. Frankie Ritter to Jose Hernandez to Renzo Gonzalez, and that's how the River Bandits get the Tom Sox out in the bottom of the third. To the fourth we go. River Bandits 1, Tom Sox nothing. This is Tom Sox Baseball. Inning number 4 here in game number 1 at Willie T. Barnett Field. Luke Ned Carney, Joe Callahan Jr. bringing you this doubleheader on a humid Saturday afternoon in Charlottesville. It's 1-0 River Bandits. Max Galvin, the center fielder for Woodstock, with the only RBI in the top half of the third on a sacrifice fly. And now leading off is Tomas Sanchez, as it's the bottom of the order for the River Bandits here in the 4th. Sanchez, the right fielder. First pitch swinging and missing, as Emmett Bice back out there for the Tom Sox. He's pitched relatively well, just Christian Gordon's pitched a little bit better.
Yeah, of course, still looks like controlled.
There's that curveball. It's been working all afternoon, and strike 2 dumps in there. It's 0-2 to a man who struck out his first time at the plate. Bice now working quickly. Misses with that one inside.
Well, to see last inning, Bice was working a little bit slow, and now he's changed the pace on us.
It's gone from Rafa Nadal to Novak Djokovic on us, and that one is inside, 2-2.
Still in this game, looking still consistent, even when he misses.
Sanchez, native of DeWitt, Virginia, along I-85. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's his second K of the game for the Woodstock right fielder.
Got the velocity past him. Such a great decision maker all night. Curveball to start it out, and then shipping out the velocity on the middle in part of the strike zone.
Jose Hernandez, the shortstop, who made a couple of nice plays in the field, including one to save a run for the Tom Sox. 1-0 Woodstock in front, and that one downstairs, 1-0 as Bice misses. Wearing Barry Larkin's number 11. Facing a 1-0 count, now 2-0, that one upstairs.
Bice looking like he's ready to pitch the next one, even with the batter not even in the box yet.
He's behind 2-0 with nobody on base and 1 out. Now 2-1 the count is some high heat swung on and missed.
I think he was sitting on a fastball too, but still couldn't get the timing of it.
Hernandez walked his first time at the plate. The 2-1 here in the top of the 4th with 1 away, bases empty. Another breaking ball, another strike as Tom Sox have someone slowly warming up in the bullpen. Count is even now, 2-2 to Hernandez. And another swing and a miss for strike 3. Good response here by Emmett Bice in the 4th. Ramon Garza putting faith in him here, and Emmett Bice is delivering.
What control, fighting back in almost every count that he's found himself behind in. Just dominance.
Bice throws the curveball to the next batter for the first pitch and misses upstairs. It's Frankie Ritter, who struck out his first time. 9-hole hitter for the Bandits, who lead 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Here's the 1-0, that one upstairs again. 2-0, and Bice adjusts his cap and digs around with his cleats on the mound, taking an extra second. The second baseman, Ritter, who started that double play to end the Tom Sox 3rd inning. Here's the 2-0. That one misses inside. Stinson, the leadoff man, on deck.
Has attacked all three pitches of this at-bat has attacked inside.
Bice winds up, fires, and gets a fastball over, 3-1.
Just to say in the first pitch how dirty the curveball is. I really thought he was going to get hit in the head, and it curved back in.
Ritter's choked up on the bat a little bit. Curveball comes in and dips in for strike 2, and now the count goes full. And the runners will be off, if there were any. Base is empty, 2 away. Bice winds, fires, and that one's spoiled and fouled back over our heads, and we'll do it again.
Ritter predicted the fastball coming in, but still couldn't got contact on the fastball, but still couldn't time it well, and such a dirty curveball again in the pitch before to fight back in the count.
River Bandits up 1-0 here in the 4th. Bice, another delivery on a payoff to Ritter, and this one is stroked on the ground to third. In between hop, eats up Gavin Abrams, and Woodstock's going to have a base runner. That's going to be an error. Third straight multi-error game for the Tom Sox as a team, and that's not something you really see a lot this year from one of the best fielding teams in the league.
Not at all. They could arguably be the best fielding team in the league, as it's very uncommon to get errors out of the Tom Sox, and that just took a horrible bounce right in front of Gavin Abrams. Another great curveball from Bice, but were able to get contact on it and send it over to third base, and just, I don't know if it was the curve before the contact that made it take that bounce, but such a horrible bounce for Gavin Abrams.
Yeah, one bounce came on the grass, the other came on the dirt, and once that in-between hop hit the dirt, it was all over for Gavin Abrams. He wasn't really in front of it. He was kind of tracking over toward to try and cut it off, and went right under his glove. So the Tom Sox now have to get R.J. Stinson out. The leadoff hitter will be the third time he faces Bice. As the Bandits lineup turns over, and this one is off the fists, high in the air, short left field. Looks like it's going to get down, and it will for a single. So a Texas leaguer keeps the threat going for the Woodstock River Bandits. And just like that, now time called. Ramon Garza on his way out to the mound. I wonder if this might do it for Emmett Bice.
As we see the work that Edwards has got this game, he almost tracked that down, and I thought that he almost did, as he sort of jumped a little bit on his knees for that one. I thought he had it. Both Younger and Prevesque were right next to him on the blooper, but just fit the perfect spot in between all of them in that triangle. Great contact to get that in for Stinson.
It's just Ramon Garza out there right now. Now here comes Satchel Norman. This definitely doesn't look like Garza's making a pitching change. This looks like a, hey man, we're sticking with you, so get us this last out here in this inning and keep it a one-run game. As now home plate umpire Mike Mackey is out there to ask Coach Garza, are you taking him out? Are you leaving him in? Is Ramon managing against his former boss, Mike Bocock of the Woodstock River Bandits. Ramon, a member of the 2018 River Bandits, member of the 2019 Tom Sox, who won the Valley Baseball League title, 2 and 3 years for the Tom Sox, 2017 and 2019, sandwiched around a finals appearance in 2018. Newmarket Rebels winning that year. As Hunter Smith digs in following the single from Stinson. First and second, Coach Garza back in the dugout, sticking with Emmett Bice here. It was just looking to get through this inning here as Woodstock threatening in the fourth, 1-0 the score, and that one upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, even at presumably his pitch limit, just still looks dominant even with the two base runners.
We'll see if the error comes back to bite the Tom Sox. 1-0, and a nice-looking fastball there. Well, you wouldn't guess he's had 70-plus pitches after that one. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Such velocity still late in this game. Another guy, I don't know how many pitchers on the Tom Sox can go as long as he's shown that he can.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs. An excuse me swing there, and he went around. No appeal needed. And now it's 1-2.
And not even just the Tom Sox, just everyone in the Valley Baseball League to go as long as Bice looks like he can or is willing to.
1-2 the count. Curveball comes in, smacked into center field. Is it going to hang up long enough for Younger? Yes, it is. He glides over a couple steps and makes the grab. And the Tom Sox escape once again. Woodstock is stranded 6 this afternoon. They still lead 1-0, however, in game 1. Bottom of the fourth coming up. This is Tom Sox Baseball. Bottom of the fourth, middle of the Tom Sox order coming up, and just 2 hits through 3 innings for Charlottesville as Carter Cunningham leads things off out of East Carolina against Christian Gordon, who has pitched really well here for Woodstock. He's a native of Monroe, Virginia, out of Manatee, Sarasota. And the lefty delivering to the fellow lefty, missing outside. Cunningham, the designated hitter here in this first game. Facing a 1-0 count, hits this one on the ground at first, and it's just foul past the reach of the first baseman.
It's a fitting spot for Cunningham to be the designated hitter, as he's shown up late but cemented himself as one of the, or I would arguably say, best batter on the Tom Sox.
Facing a 1-1 count, he hits this one on the ground, slowly up the middle, ranging over, backhanding is Frankie Ritter. The throw to first is high, but making a leap and getting the tag down is Renzo Gonzalez. What a game he's had at first base, and there's one away.
I thought Carter Cunningham was kind of bringing it to the tall speed a la Mike Trout to try to beat that out, and almost did, but what a snag by Renzo Gonzalez.
Yeah, maybe it's because he's so tall that Gonzalez was able to get the tag down. If that's, Satchel Norman out there, he might be safe at first.
Or Trey Younger.
Speaking of, he is at the plate, the center fielder for the Tom Sox. He takes the ball upstairs. He's got a hit today, a single. A scratch single to short, which he was able to leg out. 1-0 the count, righty on lefty matchup as Gordon misses downstairs. Woodstock's bullpen is quiet.
As the way Gordon is pitching, might not be the worst decision.
We think Emmett Bice's day is over. He's hit his 75 pitch and then some limit. Swing and a miss by Younger.
And most likely the day is done for Bice. And I'm kind of surprised that they don't have any one in the bullpen.
Younger hits this one high in the air, foul ground. First baseman Gonzalez tracking over by the backstops that separate the bullpen from the dugout area, and just in play, he makes the grab. So Tom Sox have recorded 2 outs, relatively quiet outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 1-0 to Woodstock here in game 1 of this doubleheader. River Bandits come in 19-14, second in the North. Tom Sox 18-13, third in the South, but nipping at the heels of the Harrisonburg Turks and the Waynesboro Generals as Matthew Prevesk hits this one off the fists, breaks the bat, and it will loft up there for Frankie Ritter, who makes the grab. And then 1-2-3 go the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the 4th as Gordon barely has to work out there on the mound. We go to the 5th. Woodstock 1, Charlottesville 0. This is Tom Sox Baseball. Luke Ned Carney, Joe Callahan Jr. back with you here at Willie T. Barnett Field, top of the 5th in game number 1. Woodstock 1, Charlottesville nothing, and as we expected, the day is done for Emmett Bice. He goes 4 innings and turns it over to John Armstrong out of Auburn, who makes his first appearance this year against a team not named the Stanton Braves, as he will come on for the 5th. And throwing his warm-up pitches, he's got that kind of side, I guess you can call it sidearm delivery. Looks like he's kind of throwing a frisbee forehand.
And he still looks like he's throwing gas down the middle, so hopefully, as the River Bandits never really got the timing down on Bice's velocity, let's see if they can get something going against Armstrong.
Armstrong plays at Auburn. He's a native of Marietta, Georgia. 19 innings pitched for the Tigers in the 2022 season. Gave up 20 hits, 13 runs, 9 of them earned, 21 strikeouts, and 11 walks. So he will face Renzo Gonzalez to start the top of the 5th. And this is the part of the River Bandits order that has given the Tom Sox trouble all day. 1-0, the lead for Woodstock as we go to the top of the 5th, and that one is outside for a ball.
And if anyone gets on, we can see what happens with walks as he's a switch hitter. See if he changes it up.
Second pitch swung on and fouled high in the air, third base side, and it'll get over the fence past the Woodstock bullpen, which has no activity at the moment.
Both Bice and Armstrong are right-handed pitchers, so Walks should just stay put where he is, but see if he switches and sees something. Maybe the sidearm is going to make him change his decision.
Righty on lefty matchup with Renzo Gonzalez, who's got a walk and a single, and he came around to score on that sacrifice fly by Max Galvin. Had a nice play at first base last inning to save a base and who knows what else for his team there as he takes a strike over the outer half.
What a breaker, too. Outside. And talk about Bice's late cuts. Armstrong shows that he can have it, too.
The 1-2. Slow roller to second. Tough play for Martin. He charges and gets it over to Wagner just in time. Nice job there by Christian Martin, who redeems himself for an earlier error, and there's one away.
Errors obviously not playing as big of a factor as they did early against the Turks last game, but still uncharacteristic from this team, as we've seen this season so far, really having none.
Here's Jack Spike, the cleanup man. He's got 2 singles here in this game 1, so speaking of, I guess, sharp things like spikes, he's been the thorn in the side of the Tom Sox defense today. There's a lane changer there from John Armstrong, called a strike over the inner half.
Another late breaker. Streaking towards the body and cuts back in.
That one is on the ground to Martin at second again. Much easier play this time. And 4-3, 2 away here for the River Bandits in the top of the 5th.
And we spoke about early the work that Edwards was getting put through. Now Martin's having his fair share of duties here and taking advantage of them now.
If you remember, he was hit in the glove hand on his first at-bat of the game, the first pitch of the game thrown by Woodstock pitching. As Max Galvin, the man who has the only RBI on the afternoon, digs in, hit a sacrifice fly to left, and that one comes over backdoor for strike 1. That was like somebody not using their turn signal and cutting you off right there. That's how quickly that one moved. The 0-1 is in there, swung on and missed, strike 2. And Armstrong looking strong here.
You can kind of hear a grunt every pitch. I don't know if it's hurting him, but it says whatever it is working.
And that one is foul tipped and unable to be held on by Norman, as Armstrong thought he was out of the inning there, but just getting a piece of that one was the left-handed batter, Max Galvin.
Could have been out in 3 pitches, but still consistent fielding from Norman. Just got away from him there.
We'll do the 0-2 again. Armstrong from the stretch. Kicks, delivers, and ooh, I don't know where that one missed, but it missed, and it's 1-2.
That one looked like it was right down the middle, maybe a little bit outside, but maybe high. That looked like it chipped a corner.
Yeah, Galvin, not the tallest man at the plate. He's no Carter Cunningham, we'll say that. It's making me think of O'Neal Cruz, the 6'7" shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Or Aaron Judge.
Think of a new name for his position because he's anything but short as that ball is fouled out of play.
That foul ball was sponsored by A&M Maintenance
Seems like
Group.
Galvin to try to stay alive here, but
Tom Sox pitching 14 first pitch strikes out of 23 batters. Galvin with a couple of flyouts, and now he's got his first hit of the game as he drives this one to center field, and it gets down in front of Trey Younger. And another 2-out base runner for Woodstock. They've left 7 on through 4+ innings. We'll see if the Tom Sox can get out of this one and remain within 1 run as Justin Walks, the catcher, comes to the plate.
Batting for Woodstock, the catcher, number 22.
yeah, just
Justin
breaking ball
Walks.
curved back inside, and it looked like Galvin was sitting on it as Sox will stay a lefty against the right. Good decision by him.
Walks a flock of flame. I wonder if anyone calls him that. I doubt it. He swings and misses. I think that pitch might have been tipped. All the same, it's strike one, 0-1. 2-out base hit for Woodstock. They have a runner on with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th as Armstrong misses upstairs, and go back to that 0-2 pitch that was called a ball that just missed. Armstrong took a couple steps off the plate, or off the pitcher's mound, I should say, and thought he was out of the inning. Still working out there with a 1-1 count to the left-handed batting Walks, who hits this one slowly on the ground foul up the first base side.
I felt like the inning should have been over again, and if they're able to get runs out of this, we'll look back to that pitch being maybe the difference in this game.
You'd think Justin Walks would be good at taking pitches, but he is down in the count now, 1-2. And he hits this one up the elevator shaft, foul territory, and behind us for out of play, and we'll do it again.
You just witnessed Galvin fighting back in the count and then able to get a base hit, and Walk seems like he's in the same position.
The 1-2. That one misses high. Norman's got to come out of his crouch for that one.
Maybe try to get him to chase a little bit upstairs, but it looked like he wanted that to go back down.
Tomas Sanchez, a right-handed batter, is on deck. 2-2, 2 out. Runner on first. There he goes. And that pitch misses outside. The throw down to second is just late.
Wow.
As Edwards put the tag down. But James Fold says he's in there. And now Woodstock with a runner in scoring position and a 3-2 count.
Satchel Norman's pop time has been so great this season, and just missing Galvin stealing second. That very close call.
Yeah, I think it was the right one, though, as Galvin got his hand in there a split second before the tag. And now a 3-2 count with a runner on second. Armstrong looks in from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Tom Sox strand another Woodstock runner. The River Bandits have left 8 through 5, but they lead the Tom Sox 1-0 going to the bottom of the 5th. This is Tom Sox baseball.
And one runner left on base after
Christian Gordon back out for inning number 5. He's held the Tom Sox to 2 hits through 4. And it's the bottom of the order coming up for Charlottesville. 7, 8, 9 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, with Woodstock leading 1-0 here in game 1 of these 2 7-inning games. We'll break for about 30 minutes in between and come back with you for game number 2. But some unfinished business here as the Tom Sox look to get the bats going in the bottom of the 5th, and it's Logan Amos out of VCU coming to the plate for a lefty-on-lefty matchup with Christian Gordon. And that went upstairs. Amos a strikeout victim his first time. Gordon from the windup puts that one over the inside corner, strike 1.
Gordon working quickly against these kind of speed consistent guys at the end of the Tom Sox lineup.
The 1-1. Amos goes golfing there. He must have been watching the British Open. That one way low, and he swings and misses.
Just fooled him on that one.
1-2. Now working quickly is Gordon. As he's in a bit of a rhythm, Amos spoils that one, fouls it back, and on-deck batter Gavin Abrams in no particular hurry as he goes to grab that ball. And there is somebody warming up in the Woodstock bullpen at long last, if you're a Tom Sox fan. Great performance today from Christian Gordon, and it's not over yet, though. He misses that one upstairs, 2-2.
Yeah, this is most likely Gordon's last inning, unless if his dominance shows again, but still staying dominant again. Dominant from both teams from the mound.
Yeah, this will complete his second time through the order as Amos takes that one off the bat. Boy, I thought that hit his hand or his arm, but hit off the handle of the bat, I think, and that's going to be a foul ball. We'll do 2-2 again. Tough break for the Tom Sox.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't want any part of swinging for that one, just kind of turned his shoulder and it got contact with the bat.
The 2-2. Amos puts a charge into this one. Center field carrying, but it's going to hang up there just long enough for Max Galvin, who's been busy today, to make the grab one away.
And what's frustrating about the Tom Sox right now is it's not like they're not getting good contact on the ball today. It's just in places where the Woodstock defense is able to get right under it or, lined out or ground out, but can't really string anything together.
Yeah, for as well as Gordon has pitched today, he's only struck out 2 Tom Sox batters, as that one is upstairs to Gavin Abrams, the third baseman. It's Hunter Smith, who is currently the designated hitter for the River Bandits, warming up in the bullpen, as Abrams does take that one right off the right shoulder blade, and you can see him kind of favoring that part of his body as he trots down to first. Second hit by pitch served up by Gordon today. He hit Christian Martin back in the first inning, and Tom Sox have the tying run on base, and their lineup's going to turn over here. Kyle Edwards, the 9-hole hitter, with Martin on deck, and we'll see what Mike Bocock decides to do here with. Now this will be completing the second time through the order as Kyle Edwards, who was robbed of a hit his last time at the plate.
Again, a consistent batter, what you want to see at the plate.
Hits this one well to center field, but not as well as I thought, as it's going to stay up in the air. And guess who? Max Galvin records the out.
Another one, just great contact on the swing, just not able to get it straight down into the outfield. And again, Galvin was kind of shaded towards the right, able to get back to left center to catch that.
So it'll be up to Christian Martin, who's yet to be put out by Woodstock today. He's been hit by a pitch and earned a single. Bats with 2 away and 1 on. The runner on first is Gavin Abrams after being hit by a pitch. The first pitch is up and away for ball 1 to Martin out of Virginia Tech. Bottom of the 5th, Woodstock up 1-0 of the 7-inning ball game here in this doubleheader. Game 2, 30 minutes following as that one tumbles in for a strike. Also 7 innings.
We were talking about Bice throwing gas late. Gordon's doing the same.
1-1 the count. They'll look back to first. Now the left-handed delivery. That one over the outer half for strike 2.
Munn kind of looked at that like he wanted it, but right after it passed him.
One and 2 the count to Martin, lefty on lefty matchup. From the stretch, Gordon delivers that one well outside, 2-2.
Some check swing on something in that vicinity, trying to get him to chase on something low and away, but Martin hold his water.
Big pitch here on a 2-2. Runner takes off. Gordon fires. Pitch is outside. The runner gets to second. He gets in, but is called out. Abrams upset with the call, and it's the wrong call, but it's going to stand as the inning is over for the Tom Sox, and they still trail 1-0 as Gavin Abrams strolls back to the dugout. Kyle Edwards Christian Martin resumes his at-bat in the 6th for the Tom Sox, but Woodstock comes up for the top half. They lead 1-0, and we go to the 6th inning. This is Tom Sox baseball.
Living retirement lifestyle.
Inning number 2 of relief coming for John Armstrong as the Tom Sox had a threat snuffed out. Gavin Abrams caught stealing at second base, and it's still 1-0 Woodstock. As Tomas Sanchez, Jose Hernandez, and Frankie Ritter due up 7, 8, and 9 for Woodstock. As John Armstrong out of Auburn goes for his second scoreless inning of relief. Still 1-0 our score. Max Galvin in the 3rd inning for Woodstock hit a sacrifice fly to left to score Renzo Gonzalez, and that's where we are here in the top of the 6th. Game number 1. Game 2 comes your way about 30 minutes following this one, is squaring around a bunt, pulling back, and taking a pitch outside, 1-0, is Sanchez.
You know, we talk about Abrams' stolen base. I felt like he was in there, but again, you always have 2 opponents.
This one is high in the air, short center field. Younger coming on. He's going to be called off by the shortstop, Kyle Edwards, and Edwards makes the catch one away. Yeah, and it's, you know, no replay review here in the Valley League. You just got to go with what's called, and the sooner you just forget it and move on is the better if you're a Tom Sox player. And you still got 2 chances to score 1 run here as Jose Hernandez comes to the plate.
2 greatest abilities of an athlete, availability and short-term memory loss.
Not the first time Abrams has been caught stealing, I'm sure, in his career. It's the 2nd time this season, in fact. He was now 6 for 8 as the first pitch from Armstrong misses in the dirt, and Ramon Garza comes out and picks it up. Ramon's clean-shaven today. He'd been rocking the beard a little bit, the goatee. As this one is hit sharply to short, but directly at Kyle Edwards, who bags it for out number 2. So I was too busy looking at Ramon Garza's updated look.
Great catch by Kyle Edwards, but if you want to talk about beards on the coaching staff, I think Ramon is the only one on the coaching staff without a beard.
Yeah, it is. Nick Bawley, Zach Bennett, Tommy Weaver, Zach Woolard, all
bearded up.
Rocking the facial hair. That's 2 away now, and 9-hole hitter Frankie Ritter to the plate. He swings at the first pitch, hits it in the air center field. Converging on it as Prevesk and Younger. Prevesk calls off Younger and makes the grab, and that was a quick inning, just what the Tom Sox needed. John Armstrong has done his job. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tom Sox need to get the bats going. 1-0 Woodstock. This is Tom Sox baseball.
Fans, 7 of your
Tom Sox running out of outs here in game number 1, bottom of the 6th. River Bandits up 1-0, and it'll be the 3rd time through the order for Woodstock starter Christian Gordon, who's still out there and pitching well. He's only given up 2 hits to Charlottesville. He's hit a couple of batters, and one of those is Christian Martin, who is resuming an at-bat, actually getting a new at-bat after Gavin Abrams was caught stealing to end the 5th. So 1, 2, and 3 for the Tom Sox, and that one fouled off the handle of the bat by Martin, but awfully close to hitting him again. Martin also has a single.
Same wrist, it almost hit him.
He's got those bright red batting gloves. Kind of like the old bat that Satchel Norman used to use, who's on deck. That one is up and away for ball 1. Count is even. And Christian Gordon working quickly here in the bottom of the 6th of this 7-inning ball game. Misses upstairs. And Joe, we talked about this during the break. You're going through the order a 3rd time. This is when the Tom Sox need to get the bats going.
Yeah, of course. It surprised me that Gordon was still out here.
Misses upstairs again. 3-1 now is Christian Martin, who has drawn 10 walks this year in 13 games. Tough guy to get out. Batting .372 coming into today. Here's the 3-1. Is hit pretty well into center field, but right at that man again, Max Galvin, who has today's only RBI for Woodstock, and there's another F8 for Tom Sox batting, and there's one away.
You know, Galvin's sort of sticking straight middle. They had him towards the left in the beginning, shaded him towards the right after that. Now he sort of walks a little bit to the left, but he's been put to work for the Woodstock defense.
Been solid as galvanized iron out there in center field. I've been waiting all game to make that one. That was a strike to Satchel Norman. As Christian Gordon just continues to deal here into the 6th inning. 0-1 the count to Norman, who's using no longer the black and white bat, now a black handle and the wood-colored barrel as he fouls that one. A squibber to the Tom Sox dugout. It's 0-2.
Was it his bat that got broken before?
I believe the red one, yeah. And then in his first at-bat with the new one, he hit a home run, a 2-run homer against Covington, but now down 0-2 with his team down 1-0.
Wonder why he's changing it up.
We'll see if this at-bat tells us anything about it as he takes a ball upstairs, and that one was over the bill of his batting helmet, 1-2.
It was a clean look with the white pants, the white helmet, and then the white bat, but maybe he senses something out of this wood one.
1-2 the count, one away. Gordon delivers, and that one is smacked but foul right into the Woodstock bullpen where the man who's warming up, Hunter Smith, scoops it up and throws it back to his dugout.
Maybe just new beginnings. When he started with that bat, Sox went on a big win streak, so maybe it's just trying to jolt the offense back.
He's got a big gap in right center. Here's the 1-2 from Gordon. That one way upstairs. As Max Galvin's shading him over to the left, and he's been right pretty much every batter so far for the Tom Sox. Galvin must have recorded half the Woodstock putouts by himself. The 2-2, pitch number 71 coming for Gordon. That one stays upstairs. That probably would have been a strike to maybe half the guys on the team, but Norman, one of the smaller strike zones, and he takes it for a ball, full count. Now the payoff. Left-handed delivery, upstairs again, so missing in consistent spots. As Satchel Norman carves out a base on balls, and the Tom Sox have the tying run on first.
And with the two best batters in the lineup right now, and Cole Wagner up, Cunningham on deck, and maybe it's telling that Satchel's trying to revive an offense that hasn't scored since the home game to Stanton in the 5th.
Well, here's
2 games ago.
Here's someone who's had a tough day to this point, Cole Wagner. He struck out and grounded into a double play. Batting with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. He's an all-star. He's got home run power, a couple of them on the year.
That foul ball was sponsored by the Newhouse Company.
And he fouls this one back out of play, or I should say off the backstop. Dead ball regardless. And Carter Cunningham, the on-deck batter, comes to pick it up. And 0-1 the count with 1 away. The 0-1 is over at the knees for a strike. It's 0-2.
Activity still in the Woodstock bullpen, but Gordon still looking dominant late.
The 0-2 just misses outside. Strong take there by Wagner.
Wagner's got to get something going if he wants not a Cinderella story in the 7th.
Wagner out of the University of Georgia. The 1-2. Curveball stays outside. And the count is even now 2-2. We saw Gordon lose Norman after being ahead in the count on the last batter, so.
That'll happen late in the games, but see if he stays consistent.
Cole looking to be patient here. Long lead off for Norman. He's dancing, trying to get the pitcher, Gordon, to throw it over. I think Norman thought there might have been a balk called, but Gordon delivers, misses down and away. Now it's 3-2. Satchel Norman is 8 for 8 on stolen base attempts this year. Here's the payoff with one away to Cole Wagner. Norman does not go, and it doesn't matter as Wagner goes all the way from 0-2 to a walk.
And again, another one that he couldn't fight back for. 2 in a row, and now 2 men on base for probably the batter with the most power on this lineup.
That's Carter Cunningham coming to the plate, cleanup man out of East Carolina, and that's 23 straight games now after that base on balls that Cole Wagner has reached base.
And he's tied for home runs on the team with the 3 batters that we just saw before him. And Christian Martin has 2, Satchel Norman has 2, Cole Wagner has 2, and then now Cunningham has 2. But you remember Cunningham was a late arrival more than all 3 of them.
We saw Justin Walks, the catcher, out to the mound. We saw the first baseman, Renzo Gonzalez, come over and talk to Gordon a little bit. It looks like the River Bandits are going to stick with the lefty Gordon against the lefty Cunningham as the righty Trey Younger on deck. So 1 away, 2 on, first and second. Norman on second, Wagner on first, both of them. Drew bases on balls, and the first pitch misses downstairs. That was the 80th pitch for Gordon.
Done 42 strikes, almost a little bit over half have been strikes. So dominant.
Go ahead run on first for Cunningham, who hits this one a mile high. That's not going to do anything for the Tom Sox. Foul territory. Gonzalez comes over and makes the grab. That's 2 outs and a missed opportunity there for the Tom Sox cleanup man.
Carter is visibly frustrated, and I would be too. If you put so much power into that and just right up again, hitting the Seagulls up in the air.
It'll be up to Trey Younger, 2 on, 2 out. And we'll see if Woodstock goes to the righty or they stick with the lefty Gordon. It will be Gordon as Younger is digging in and ready. Norman on second, Wagner on first. Tom Sox down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th, 2 away. Younger takes the first pitch downstairs for a ball. It would be Matthew Prevesk next if the Tom Sox can keep things going, the 6-hole hitter.
Tom Sox 0 for 10 with runners on.
Tom Sox are 0 for 10 with runners on base here in this game. They still just have 2 hits. Bottom of the 6th, they trail 1-0. Gordon delivers, misses upstairs, and I wonder if he's just out of gas. He picks up the rosin bag, drops it to the ground. Hunter Smith is no longer warming up. He's standing at the edge of the bullpen. Now he takes a toss, but no longer in that concentrated warm-up process. The 2-0 to Younger out of Wofford. The look back. That one misses upstairs. Now 3-0. And if you're Mike Bocock, you got to wonder how much longer you can go with your starter here.
We saw Gordon fight for 2 strikes and then unable to get it. Now he's in the opposite thing, trying to fight back into a 3-0.
Younger taking all the way, and that one's over for a strike.
Good start if he's going to. But Tom Sox need to get something going late in this game. Right now sit at 16 scoreless innings so far. Not looking to get the 17th.
The 3-1 with 2 men on. That one is in the dirt for a ball. And now the Tom Sox have loaded the bases, and Now it looks like we're going to get time called in a mound visit, and I wonder if this is going to be the end of the line for Christian Gordon, who has pitched really well, these 3 walks notwithstanding. Here in the 6th, just 2 hits given up, no runs obviously, but looks like his day might be coming close to an end, as I think it's Charlie Shepard, the pitching coach, out there for Woodstock.
It doesn't look like he's walking anyone from the bullpen to the mound just yet. Maybe some late pitches in there, but it looks like right now it's just a discussion.
Now for the Tom Sox, we are going to have a change. Garrett Spikes steps in for Matthew Prevesque. So, the first change made in the offensive lineup for Ramon Garza, as it looks like they thought they were going to stay. They didn't make a signal, as Charlie Shepard took a couple steps back to the dugout, and Mike Bocock said, no, we're taking him out. And they finally take the ball from Gordon, who, all things considered, really, really strong outing from him today.
With a fresh batter, that might be the best decision. Maybe Spikes coming out changed the decision to take out Gordon instead of keeping him in. Maybe if Prevesque was the one that was going to step to the plate, they would have kept Gordon in, but with a fresh face, you need to get another fresh face and counteract it as they send in a new pitcher.
And he's not new to the game. He's the designated hitter, Hunter Smith. So he comes in. This means that Woodstock, for the rest of this game 1, loses the designated hitter. Hunter Smith has the pitcher spot. We think he'll stay in the game to bat, of course, but here in the bottom of the 6th with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and his team ahead by 1 run. This is either what you dream of or what you dread as a pitcher.
And being the new face to a new batter is basically a new game now with loaded bases with 2 outs. Just needs to get the job done in order to try to get something and make it 17 straight innings that the Tom Sox have not scored a run, and Tom Sox trying to break that in order to get something going in the offense, because they have to face this team at about an hour or a half hour after this first game concludes.
And it will be Garrett Spikes pinch hitting for Matthew Prevesque here with the bases loaded. But before that, as Smith takes his warm-ups, quick update of the scoreboard. Over in Stanton, the Braves lead the Front Royal Cardinals 6-2. These are all games 1 of doubleheaders. Top of the 3rd, the Harrisonburg Turks trail the Newmarket Rebels 5-2. That's good news for Tom Sox fans up there at Rebels Park. And some other good news, not quite as closely paying attention to this team because they're not in the race with us, but the Winchester Royals have a 2-0 lead over the Covington Lumberjacks down at Casey Field. So, sandwiched around that, however, the Waynesboro Generals lead the Strasburg Express 6-0 in the top of the 3rd at First Bank Park. So, the Generals on a mission as well.
Well, I mean, when you talk about your manager, being that of the All-Star game, he's doing something right.
Yeah, Zach Cole does a tremendous job with the Generals. As now Garrett Spikes pinch hits for Matthew Prevesque with the bases loaded, and he takes the ball downstairs from Hunter Smith. Coming out of the designated hitter position to pitch for the River Bandits. He's the first reliever after Christian Gordon. 1-0 to Spikes. He swings and misses, 1-1. Satchel Norman on 3rd. Cole Wagner, Spikes' teammate in college at Georgia, on 2nd. And Trey Younger at 1st. All 3 of those men walked by Gordon here with 2 away. The 1-1 to Spikes is up in the air. This should get the River Bandits out of the inning. Jack Spike, the 3rd baseman in foul territory, almost overran it, but he reaches out and makes the catch, and the Tom Sox threat ends as quickly as it began. Tom Sox leave 3 on, and they trail 1-0 going to the 7th inning. Woodstock in front. This is Tom Sox baseball. Tom Sox 0 for 11 with runners on base and just left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th. As we go to inning number 7 of game number 1 of this doubleheader, the Woodstock River Bandits up 1-0. And they come to bat looking for some insurance. Here in the top of the 7th, Luke Ned Carney, Joe Callahan Jr. here with you, and we'll be with you for game number 2 as well. As we'll break for about 30 minutes. We'll go dark here. There's no in-between game show. But we'll be back with you 30 minutes following this for game number 2 as Tom Sox in danger of, the way you put it, Joe, I'm a big fan, of danger of their second straight carton of eggs after the loss to Harrisonburg last night.
Yeah, if we go to the 7th inning without scoring in the second game today, we've successfully made 24 straight scoreless innings and trying to save the Tom Sox fans money on groceries as gas prices start to go down. So we're saving everyone money today.
I'm thinking about all the fried rice I can make with those eggs. It's my nifty little rice cooker I've got at home. But first things first, we've got at least 8 more innings of baseball to play here at Willie T. Barnett Field. As the top of the order comes up for Woodstock, R.J. Stinson.
I'd say I'd get Coase and make French toast.
Stinson looking to bunt his way on, goes around and offers at it 0-1.
I've actually seen that a lot from Woodstock, trying to bunt and not able to pull back. Seen that at least 3 times today.
Stinson's got a single to his credit today. He's 1 for 3, and Armstrong, you see that lane-changing fastball. Stinson swings and misses. It's 0-2, and if you're looking ahead for the Tom Sox, it's 7, 8, and 9 in the bottom of the 7th. As that pitch tipped foul, it's still 0-2. As Hunter Smith, the pitcher, is on deck. He's now the pitcher after being the designated hitter for the first 5+ innings.
And that's not actually the worst thing to have 7, 8, 9, because our 7, 8, 9 batters are the contact guys to bring up at least one of our power hitters at the top.
The 0-2 is hit in the air, shallow center field. It's going to stay up, and Younger comes on, makes the catch, no problem, and there's one away.
Tom Sox just can't afford to give up any more runs in this 7th if they want a shot at coming back in this one. And again, in the first win streak, there was a lot of comeback wins. We had a bunch of comeback DNA taglines come out, and trying to recapture that after so many scoreless innings, it's just, you don't walk into that with strict confidence is what they've shown you in the last few games, but not that far from being possible.
We've got a bit of a stoppage and a controversy. I think the home plate umpire is warning John Armstrong about quick pitching. I heard the word quick pitch, so I'm guessing that's what the discussion was about. 1 out here for the River Bandits, and the top of the 7th base is empty with Hunter Smith batting. And much ado about nothing, I guess, and that's just, with as fast as we see some of the guys work in this league, I'm a little surprised that quick pitch card has been pulled here in the 7th inning, but pitch misses over the inside half, and I think that was a message sent by the home plate umpire to Armstrong as that pitch was actually in the strike zone. So 2-0.
I don't really know what issue he has with quick pitching.
So hopefully that's all over, and now a foul back by Hunter Smith, 2-1. It's been a really great baseball game, and you don't like when non-baseball things happen. So
yeah, and we've seen a lot from the Tom Sox, just that, but the whole league of quick pitching.
Here's 2-1. Chop to short. Edwards charges, fires. Wagner squeezes. 2 away.
Great fielding again from Edwards. Got a little bit unlucky in the middle of the game, but again, we see a lot of pitchers in the Valley League work quickly, and I'm unsure why there's a problem with it now this late in the season.
Renzo Gonzalez, the first baseman, who has a walk, a single, and a run scored, the only run of this game scored by either team. Tagging up after a sacrifice fly from Max Galvin, the center fielder, takes the ball outside. The 1-0 from Armstrong. That one misses up and away. Ball 2. Tom Sox have a couple guys up and moving around in the bullpen, but nobody really throwing. 3-0 now the count. That one misses down and away. And Armstrong visibly frustrated on the mound. There's a lefty in the River Bandits bullpen.
Most likely the closer.
That one comes in backdoor for a strike, and it was in the same spot as a pitch that was called a ball last at bat, so there's that gamesmanship between pitcher and umpire, and that one right over the middle for strike 2. And
2 straight curveballs.
And I'm just being honest, there's not even 3 seconds between pitches, so it just makes me wonder why they're so selective with the quick pitching. Here's the 3-2. That one is right down the middle, but called a ball. And the Woodstock River Bandits have a 2-out base runner.
That looked like it was down Broadway, not even close to being inside, but I guess he's calling it inside as it curved in across the plate. Maybe he just stopped looking at it, and maybe he is visibly frustrated. And
well, and you would be, because we've had a consistent strike zone for 6 innings, but all of a sudden it's changed here in the 7th inning of a 1-0 ball game. So absolutely no shame for John Armstrong as he steams in a fastball right over the heart of the plate for a strike.
Yeah, and you can't even make it, arguable as now he has to put it right down Broadway so he can't call it something.
Well, and it's changed because of something personal the umpire had with the pitcher, which is even worse as that one is over for a strike, 0-2.
Another one right down the middle.
So Armstrong will look to just flush it and get out of the inning. His team down 1-0, 2 strikes on the batter, Spike, the third baseman. And that one is fouled out of play.
Again, another one down the middle. Looks like Armstrong is trying to play a game now back with him.
Yeah, I think Ramon Garza and company on the bench would prefer they just get out of the inning and reload for inning number 7 as the Tom Sox need a run to extend the game and 2 to win as it stands now. Runner on first, 2 away. Runner goes. Spike puts a charge into this one center field, but Trey Younger's got it played perfectly, and he makes the catch for out number 3. To the bottom of the 7th we go. The Tom Sox need to answer the bell. They've got 3 outs remaining, and Woodstock leads 1-0. This is Tom Sox baseball. Last licks for the Tom Sox here in game number 1. 2 7-inning affairs here at Willie T. Barnett Field. And Hunter Smith is going to try to close it out for the Woodstock River Bandits, who lead 1-0 here in this first game. Smith came on and got Garrett Spikes to pop out to third base to leave the bases loaded for the Tom Sox. Tom Sox are 0 for 11 with runners on base here in this first game, and 7, 8, and 9 come to the plate. Logan Amos, Gavin Abrams, and Kyle Edwards, barring any substitutions. And I see all 3 of those men with batting helmets on, so it looks like there will be no pinch hitters here to start this 7th inning as Smith goes from the windup, delivers to Amos, and that one is called a strike over the outer half.
Yeah, again, it's only 1 run. Don't have to play swinging for the fences yet.
Max Galvin dancing around there out in center field. He's been very busy as Amos just can't check his swing at a pitch in the dirt. It's 0-2.
You know, he's shaded towards the left. We spoke about him moving around there in center, but shifted towards the left against Amos.
He's also got the only RBI, a sacrifice fly back in the third. The 0-2 to Logan Amos is inside.
Gavin being the work on the defensive end for Woodstock. Edwards for the Tom Sox.
Just 2 hits for the Tom Sox this afternoon as that one misses just upstairs. I thought that one was pretty well in the strike zone too. Now the count is even to Logan Amos, 2-2. Woodstock pitching has hit 2 Tom Sox batters this game as well. 2-2 to Amos in the dirt, ball 3. And Abrams is one of the guys who took one of those hit by pitches off the shoulder blade, and he's on deck. Logan Amos has worked the count full from 0-2. Hunter Smith looks in, winds up, delivers. Just upstairs for ball 4, and Mike Bocock with a look over to one of his assistants. He thinks he's getting squeezed a little bit. Here in the bottom of the 7th, this is the last regulation inning of this game. Game 1 of a doubleheader, and the Tom Sox will pinch run now for Logan Amos. It's Calvin Alexander out of Lakeland, Florida, coming on to run.
Unfamiliar face, but as we talked about Gavin Abrams getting hit, he got hit in the shoulder pad, and now it looks like he has it back, but a little bit up on him.
Alexander's listed as a right-handed pitcher for the Tom Sox, so one of those strategic moves. They're telling me he's a catcher, but it's printed a pitcher on this roster, so I'm like Ron Burgundy. If you put it out there, I'll read it. 1-0 the count to Abrams. I got a lot of dirty looks for that one.
I was just about to say.
2-0 the count now to Abrams. 1-1, I should say. The umpire flashes his hands up. 1-1 the count now. Gavin Abrams with a runner on first. Nobody out. Alexander, the pinch runner, on first. And now Abrams fouls that one back. It's 1-2 with Kyle Edwards on deck, and then the top of the Tom Sox order.
Talking about anger, man. The weatherman was good to us today.
Most definitely. We didn't think we'd get these ones in. A lot of thunderstorms in the forecast. As the look back on Alexander at first. The 1-2 to Abrams is in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, but Alexander stays put. Probably the right thing for him to do there.
Yeah, Abrams kind of gave him the stop signal, making sure he stayed at first.
It was a good job that Walks recognized where that ball was. Walks has done a good job behind the plate tonight here in this game 1 for Woodstock. I doubt we'll see him catch game 2. 2-2 to Abrams. Here's the pitch, and just fouled back.
If he did, I would not want to feel what his knees are feeling after that second game.
I'm going to assume that if he is in the lineup, it will be as the designated hitter. But we'll see. Still a half inning here. 3 outs to get for Woodstock. They lead 1-0. The 2-2 to Abrams. Curveball misses high, and now they're in another full count. As we'll see what Alexander does. They put him in for his fresh legs, and Tom Sox need just a run to tie things up.
Great eye by Abrams to get back into this count.
Alexander takes off. The pitch called a ball inside, and Abrams reaches base with a free pass for the first time, or for the second time, I should say. The first time he's walked, second time after getting hit by a pitch. Actually, it's the second time he's walked, so he's yet to put the ball in play today, but he's been on base every time. And now here's Kyle Edwards.
Interesting call from the base runners right there to send him with only 0 outs. You usually see that 3-2 with 2 outs, but worked out.
We'll see if Edwards is bunting here, first and second, nobody out. This is really like an extra leadoff hitter for the Tom Sox, sticking Edwards down here in the 9-hole with Martin on deck. Here's the bunt.
Yep,
he gets it down. Not a good bunt, though, and they get the out at third as Hunter Smith, recognizing it immediately, throws it to Spike at third, and Alexander is retired for out number 1 on a 1-5 putout. So the Tom Sox don't get it done there, but here's the top of the order with Christian Martin and 2 men on.
I feel like it would have been a good bunt if he got that anywhere but straight to the mound. If he would have got that down one of the lines that had good speed on it, but just unfortunate that it went right at him.
Credit the pitcher Smith for inducing that. On just the 3rd bunt attempt for the team all season long. as that's been one of the trends in baseball, as the first pitch to Martin misses outside, is sacrifice bunting going the way of the dodo. 1-0 the count to Martin. 1-0 Woodstock in front. Tom Sox have the winning run on first base, tying run on second, Gavin Abrams. Righty on lefty matchup, the 1-0. Martin hits this one on the ground, foul, past the first base bag.
Now we see them up. We're at least going to get something. If Martin and Satchel can get on base, you have Wagner and Cunningham, but again, you still have 2 back-to-back RBI leaders of the team.
Martin 2 homers. Now Norman 2 homers. Wagner 2 homers. Cunningham 2 homers. 1-1 the count. 1 away. Runners on first and second. Tom Sox trail by a run in the 7th. The look back to second. Now the delivery to Martin. That one upstairs, and Smith's been missing consistently upstairs with pretty much everything that's been out of the strike zone.
20 pitches, 9 strikes.
He's thrown 20 pitches here in this relief appearance. 9 of them strikes. And it's 2-1 to Christian Martin.
Still staying in that near half strike range, as Gordon did.
Looks back to second again, now from the belt, fires, and that curveball dips in there for strike 2. Number 8 on number 8 matchup. Cal Ripken Jr. would be proud.
Yogi Berra was 8, right? It's another one.
Believe he was. The 2-2 to Christian Martin, the second baseman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Power on power there, and Hunter Smith wins the battle with a 4-seam fastball over the outer half, swing and a miss.
What a great pitch down, out and away, but able to get into the strike zone and able to get Martin to try to chase for it. Now, Sox are down to the last out with Norman up. Still a good place to be down to your last out if you were going to have to decide to be in that situation.
Yeah, Norman, the catcher, came in hitting .329. He's walked today. He's also flown out twice to center. The first pitch is over for a strike.
Taking it, trying to get the timing down, trying to get something going. I believe if they put something into the outfield at all, that they tie this game at least.
Cole Wagner would be on deck. River Bandits have a lefty ready in the bullpen. The 0-1 to Norman. This one is on the ground to third. Spike up with it. He takes the short route and touches the bag for out number 3. And the Woodstock River Bandits take game 1 of this doubleheader 1-0 on a sacrifice fly by Max Galvin, and some great pitching from Christian Gordon and Hunter Smith. Tom Sox shut out for the second game in a row.
Yeah, just not able to get anything going in either game. And what's frustrating about both games is early against Harrisonburg, not so much late, but they got into opportunities and just couldn't capitalize. And today made great contact on the ball, sent it out to center I don't know how many times, but not into the places that you would like. Only had a few bloopers that made it into the outfield, a grounder that made it there, and close calls, strike zones, and caught stealings, and just unfortunate set of events for the Tom Sox, unable to get runs on the board.
So that'll drop the Tom Sox record to 18-14. Woodstock improves its record to 20-14. And we'll have game number 2 for you in about half an hour right here from Willie T. Barnett Field. The final line score, Woodstock 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Charlottesville, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. We'll be back with you at approximately 6:35 p.m. For Joe Callahan Jr., I'm Luke Ned Carney. We will be back in a little bit for game 2.